What's up, guys? I'm Nick with Two Brothers Comics, and today we're going to be doing our Two Brothers Comics top picks for new comic book day, November 17th, 2021. Now, I'm actually quite excited for this week's new comic book day. There's so much great stuff coming out this week, so many big things. I'm not sure what the top pick is going to be yet, but we'll figure it out as the list goes on. So we're going to kick it off this week with James Tynion IV's Nice House on the Lake, issue number 6. This is the last issue until it comes back from hiatus. I believe it was March or April. It's March 2022. Now, I believe I said last week I thought Joker was going hiatus. It was actually this book that he's doing that's going on hiatus. Like I told you guys, I read the first couple. It wasn't really my cup of tea, but I know so many people are loving it. I did want to put it on the list just in case you're like, hey, maybe this is a story I want to check out. Next on the list is going to be TMNT Last Ronin, issue number 1, the Design Archives. This is going to be a book that's going to obviously bring a lot of those design works into it. It's kind of a reprinting with the new cover. I wanted you guys to be aware of it just in case you were interested in it and didn't know about it. I don't think this is going to be, one that maybe is worth spending the extra $8.99. Maybe not, unless you're just completionist and you want to make sure you have them all, then go ahead. But I don't think you're going to get a ton of value out of it for $9 unless you just really want that new cover. But didn't want to put it on the top picks this week to make you guys aware. Maybe you want to go check it out. Now, before we move on to the next top pick, I do want to give a huge shout out to the 616comics.com, probably the greatest sponsor of the channel. These guys kill it every single week with new releases. They do great mystery boxes, some of the best exclusives in the game, and then they, obviously provide us some giveaways to give back to you guys, and they've been absolutely nothing but fantastic. So guys, go check out the 616comics.com. Just a wonderful family, and they've done some amazing things really in the last year and a half since they kind of kicked this stuff off, and we've been working with them. So huge shout out to the 616comics.com. All right, now let's move on to Nightwing. This one is coming from Tom Taylor. You guys know I'm a huge fan of a lot of the things he is doing, a lot of his Elseworlds type stories. I'm loving those, like Dark Knights of Steel. Nightwing's been really good. And then what he's doing with another book that's going to be on the list later down the pathway we're going down right now. But it's Tom Taylor, issue 86. It's been a good story. Not a huge fan of Fear State and stuff like that, but Nightwing has been good. It's been a solid read, so I highly encourage you guys to check it out. And if you've not been really on it much, just go back to when he picked it up, and it's a pretty good pick it on point. That's when I kind of jumped on it. But Nightwing number 86. Next on the list is Primordial from Jeff Lemire. I'm a huge fan of Jeff Lemire. I've loved almost everything he's done. But this book, man, it's a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie. This will be issue number 3. We're 2 issues into it. I'm still kind of not 100% sure what I'm thinking about it. The concept of these dogs and monkeys being shot up into space, and we think they're dead, but they're really not. And what's going to come from that. So it's a cool concept, right? Like, not Planet of the Apes type concept, but I do kind of like that. I don't know. It interests me. It still has my interest peaked, and I know if it's coming from Jeff Lemire, there's going to be something. There's going to be a payoff for it, right? So I'm still waiting on that, but issue number 3 is coming out this week. 1 and 2, again, decent artwork, a little bit weird at times. The concept is cool. I'm just waiting for that real impactful delivery from Jeff Lemire. I know we're going to get it. I hope it's, this issue, because I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay on it, and if we don't get some type of big payoff. King Spawn issue number 4, anything surrounding kind of what the Todd father's doing and this whole new Spawn universe, I absolutely love it. I love the concept of it. So it's always probably going to go on the top pick unless it just turns out to be disastrous. But so far, I think it's been pretty solid. So I highly encourage you guys to check it out. Again, we're only 4 issues in of this one, and there's a couple other ones. So you probably could, either read them digitally or get them all pretty quickly. I don't think they're selling out everywhere or anywhere yet. So check it out, because it is certainly interesting. And then you can jump on the Spawn train, I believe somewhere around $299, $300 to kind of basically get you caught up. You don't have to start off with number 1, but you certainly can. There's 323 issues at this point. I think a ton of reading. You could read 1 issue every week for the next year, or 2 issues and be caught up and be good to go. But King Spawn issue number 4 is going on the top picks this week. So this week is a huge week. Like I said before, tons of stuff coming out this week. But before we move on to the last 4 issues on the top picks, I do want to give a massive shout out to all the members of the channel. Again, without you guys, we would not be able to do what we're doing. So if you want to hit that blue join button or the link down in the description below to also, join the channel, support us that way. It is a great way, and we certainly do appreciate it. The lowest tier is like at $1.99 all the way up to, the Golden Age tier where we do the Roblox and stuff like that. But again, huge shout out to everybody on this list, because without you guys, this would be just so incredibly difficult. So we do appreciate you. And if you don't want to join the channel, that's fine. Just smash the like button. If you're not already, please subscribe. We're so close to 5K. We'd love to hit that by January 1, 2022. It seems small, but 2 smaller creators like that, those small milestones mean so much to us. It really helps give us that additional drive to kind of keep pushing forward a little bit, because sometimes it does get a little tough. Now let's move on to the next pick. It is Batman versus Biggie. Really cool DC Black Label book. You guys have heard me talk about Fables in the past, that it wasn't my favorite run, and I've not finished it yet. I'm probably around 100, halfway through. But Biggie was a character I really loved, really related to. So this whole concept of Batman versus Biggie, it's book number 3 this week. So super exciting there. Again, just really cool read. Bill Willingham, he does a very good job with these titles. So I'm pumped up about it. So check it out. Last book before we get to the final 2 picks, and I think these final 2 are going to be the top 2 picks of the week. I'm just not sure I'm going to be able to separate the 2, but this week for Dustin, as always, The Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 27. These are the Walking Dead comics, basically reprinted in color. Dustin's been loving it so much, and I always want to put these on the top picks, because I highly encourage you guys, if you like the show, the books are better. They absolutely are. So check them out. And if you've never been interested in The Walking Dead, give it a shot, because the comic books are different than the show too. So you're not getting the same story, kind of retold from TV to comics, different characters, different character arcs, all of the above. Give it a shot. And if you never read it because it was black and white, well, now it's in color. So the final 2 books this week are going to be Moon Knight issue number 5 by Jed MacKay, and Dark Ages number 3, or number 4, number 3 by Tom Taylor. It is in fact number 3. We got all these numbers and books going on. Sometimes I just have to double check. But Dark Ages issue number 3 by Tom Taylor. I'm loving what they're doing with Moon Knight. There's been some of the most beautiful spreads in Moon Knight. Just awesome. And I'm liking what they're doing with it so far. But we'll see kind of how it continues, right? I mean, it's only a few issues in. And then Dark Ages number 3. I'm really liking what they're doing with it. Tom Taylor and the artwork here is just fantastic. You don't really have to have a ton of knowledge about any one specific character to really be able to dive into these books, and that's one thing I do love. So if you have somebody who's never read a comic book, or maybe not a Marvel fan specifically, give them this book. It may be a good opportunity for them to kind of jump into it a little bit. I don't know. I love it. So Dark Ages number 3, Moon Knight number 5, the co-top picks of the week. But guys, let me know what's on your pull list this week. I'm excited about it this week. Comics are starting to get new comic book day is starting to get good again. I'll be honest though, wasn't a fan of Venom last week. Just wasn't. But let me know if you guys were down in the comments below. You guys are the best part of Two Brothers Comics. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We're at that 5K mark. We want to hit there soon. And as always, collect your way.